Hi, my name is Putri Nur Shakira and I'm the first presenter.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ainur Bakis binti Azahar. I am the second presenter.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Hakimi Iman bin Muhammad Nizam and I will be the third presenter.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Muhammad Izni Imanuddin bin Marzuki and I will be the fourth presenter.
Before we start our presentation, let me expose to you guys our topic, which is commercialized sport that contains in chapter 6. So, before we go any further, I would like to ask all of you to lend your ears and stay focused until the end of our presentation. Could you do that? Thank you! As you guys can see in this slide, this is the overview of chapter 6 that we will cover soon. That is contain number 1, sport for public relation and promotion. Number 2, commercialized sport for a business. Number 3, sport as entertainment. Number 4, sport as transmitter of economic values. And number 5, ethical dilemmas relative to commercialization. I know you guys sleepy already, right? Okay, so on the next slide, I will show you a short video for you to watch. So enjoy!
We're never alone. And that is our strength. Because when we're doubted, we'll play as one. When we're held back, we'll go farther and harder. If we're not taken seriously, we'll prove that wrong. And if we don't fit the sport, we'll change the sport. We know things won't always go our way.
And the world's sporting events are postponed or cancelled.
But whatever it is, we'll find a way. And when things aren't fair, we'll come together for change.
We have a responsibility
to make this world a better place.
And no matter how bad it gets, we will always come back stronger. Because nothing can stop what we can do together.
What is commercialized of sports? Commercialized of sports can be referred as use of sport to produce income that designed to make a profit with organized competitions through sponsorship, advertising, and marketing. To make you guys more understand, commercialized of sports are basically sports that are using media to gain viewers and businesses that pay money to access a sports audience. In a simple word, they are using sport to organize competition to make a profit. Proceed with introduction. The first one is sport commercialization transmit values. For example, dedication, discipline, and self-development. For example, I can give to you guys, Cristiano Ronaldo teamed up with his agent, Jorge Mendes, to donate 1 million to a hospital in Portugal to fight the coronavirus pandemic. So, this is the good example of a professional footballer that shows a good example to their fans or spectators. However, because of the tremendous financial and social benefits accruing to the winners, the supposedly transmitted values have tainted the purity of this. For example, contract and compensatory, commercialized sport, and the associate pressure to win usually negatively affect, like cheating to win occurs. For example, too much focus to get sponsor or attention. In this slide, I will share with you guys the framework of sport commercialization that contains 3 parts. The first one is commercializations of sports. Commercialized sports comprise of organized competitions that are advertised and promoted for entertainment values. Like I said earlier, commercialization of sport, in a simple word, is an organized competitions to make a profit. For example, Sukansi, they organize the competitions and to make a profit by selling merchandising for the audience or spectators that came to the event. Next, recreational sports. It comprises of competitions between non-compensated individuals of any age with play sport for fun. So basically, recreational sports can be defined as doing those activities to improving their physical fitness. For example, playing football with friends just for fun, which means there are no rules in the game. And the last one is education sports. It comprises of competitions between individuals enrolled in school and colleges that are of interest and mostly to the athletes, family and friends. In a simple word, education sports is a competition between individuals in a school and colleges. For example, in a school level, we have MSSD, and for the university level, we have Masum or Karisma. So the purpose of this education sport is to expose the younger generation to playing sports. Next, on this slide, we have 2 pictures that shows the world top highest paid athletes. On 2018, the first rank is Cristiano Ronaldo with 58 million of his salary, while on 2020, the first rank has changed to Roger Federer with 6.3 million of his salary. So, that's all from me. I will pass the presentation to the next presenter. Balkis, it's all yours.
So in this slide, I will explain about why sport should be commercialized. First is participation. The commercialization of sport, which leads to increased participation, encourage children to get more exercise and reduce obesity. It can also help young people find a hobby which gets them off the streets and discourage them from crime. For example, when a national team does well at the SEA Games, the number of children taking up the sport increases. Second is advertisement. Like every year in sport, the market competition and level of influence is growing, and in one area in particular that is excelling is sport advertising and commercials. Brands need not rely on anyone other than themselves, as building their own social media followings become all more relevant, and they strive to release the most innovative and inspiring content and promotional sport adverts. It is fair to say that this past couple of years have seen a huge shift in how sport marketing is presented, how products are being advertised, and more. Third is exposure. If a major company sponsors an event, it is much more likely to get prime-time television coverage, bringing in greater advertising revenues and exposing more people to the sport. This will bring in more fans, improve the profitability of local sport clubs, which in turn help the local economy and revive community spirit when the team is performing well. The last point is funding. Sport teams, like any other business, must make money in order to stay in the business. They can only boost income by selling advertising space in order to keep up with growing salary expenses, renovating facilities, and attracting new players. Every fan wants their team to win and is unconcerned by the sponsor emblem on the team jersey or billboards around the stadium. Next is sport commercialized. First, commercialize sport as a business. Sport business is more about the actual business activities that make sport happen. For example, sponsoring a team and managing an athlete. The advent of television can be said to have been the game changer as far as commercialization of the same is concerned. Until then, the money could be generated only from spectators paying to watch the game in stadium. With television, more could tune in, thereby providing a humongous platform for advertisers and marketers to reap the benefit of this viewership. Thus, it is routinely the case that the TV rights for major sporting events are sold for millions. Indeed, the Olympic and Football World Cup are all events that bring out the money bags. Second, sport as entertainment. The commercial dynamics of sport and entertainment are more intertwined than ever before. Crowds at the biggest sporting events are placing more value in the entertainment and pleasure they offer off the pitch, and businesses are quickly responding to this. Event organisers in the region are rapidly revamping their entertainment offering at events in a bid not only to grow audience but to enhance the overall experience. Third, sport as transmitter of economic values. As the sports industry is growing in economic power, it is also attracting commercial interests who could benefit from that power by influencing its organisation. As the industry is developing, the role of the athlete is becoming to serve the organisation, from advertising agency to printing companies, food and beverage suppliers, audiovisual professional, sports goods supplier, all the way to the cleaning crews involved. Sport and sport events are contributing in developing the socio-economic will of the country. Last is sport for public relation and promotion. Much of the success sport team and professional athletes receive is from the public support of sport fans and other organizations. In return, they use public relations strategies to sustain their relationship with them and the support they receive. Public relations in sport means promoting team player as well as the sport organization through various media organizations as well as social media platforms. Last slide is commercialized sport as a business, commercial activity. First is youth and interscholastic. Young athletes learn that reward of victory clearly. Winners and highly skilled athletes often get better fields, more recognition, greater prestige, more fans and more reward. A win says that game has been played the right way and that practice paid off. Winning motivates one to continue playing and continue winning. The pressure to win may lead to ethical dilemma and unethical actions. An ethical dilemma is a problem where a person has to choose between a moral and an immoral act. There are several unethical practices that take place today in sporting events. These include match fixing, cheating, bribery, commercialization of sport, acting against the rules, and more. Second is intercollegiate. Commercialized intercollegiate sport has exploited athletes that creates the potential for conflict with a university academic mission and the risk as a student. The students spend more time for sport than academic. When sport is valued more than academics, the athletes are used as a mean to an end. If we value academics more than sport, then the coach becomes a figure that sees their player as an in of themselves. Low pay for the athlete, but the college get big amount from sponsor. Last is professional. Athletes got paid by their performance. Professional athlete salaries can depend on a number of factors, including sport performance and the name recognition. Members of team sport are often drafted by interested professional team, are paid a salary established by a contract. Their job responsibility are competing in sport. Athletes and sport competitors compete in athletic events. So the professional athlete got paid when they go training and competition. That's all from me. Thank you. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Bakis, for giving a pretty clear explanation just now. Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Hakimi. Before I'm going to explain more about my subpoint, I guess all of my friends here didn't know or remember the definition of sports PR, right? Now, I will explain first about the definition and the function of sports PR, which is the term PR is for public relation. Sports public relation is the practice of promoting teams, individual athletes, and sports organizations through earned media venues such as broadcast, prints, radio, and online. Their function is to improve and optimize an athlete's image potential and allowing them to concentrate completely on their work. In the same time, role played by sports PR has also made the sports more meaningful to the community. For example, sports help to promote peace and good values. And through sports also, it can help to promote a country, city, business, products, university, and so on in order to get more exposure and coverage from outsiders. As for the promotion itself, sport has bring bigger connection that can gain sponsorship from mega company and can create fans' interest for their team, business or services. As you can see here, there are 4 categories that are divided by their own level of PR and promotion, which are youth, interscholastic, intercollegiate, and professional. For youth, obviously public relation among the athletes with them will enhance their spirit in making the athletes as their idol. Other than that, many businesses also take chances to make collaboration with any youth development program or grassroots we can say. For example is Yakult make and establishing a smart cooperative project with Kelantan United FC, which is for the grassroots development. And of course, Yakult support them in terms of monetary. As for the interscholastic, scholarship often happen in between education, sports and business because of the level still among the school. Next, for the intercollegiate, it can enhance prestige and image of an institution. For example, if our university which is UiTM compete in MASUM and winning it, our university name, image and prestige will be risen up compared to other university. The last point is for professional, as I can say successful city. This level has become more wider and bigger than any of those 3 points. At this point, sport has become more extremely important to the businesses' public relation. I take example for Kerteh FC. As we know before, Kerteh is just a small town that is the base for the operation of Petronas, which is oil. But after Kerteh FC has come with a future plan which is Kerteh Sport City, it will automatically promote the Kerteh town to the outsiders and foreigners. Before I go into the next subpoint, I want to share that even FIVB-BVB, which is Federation Internationale de Volleyball for beach volleyball itself, take note that how important of the public relation and promotional activities that I found in this handbook. One of the activities are guest appearance of local stars on television program to promote the upcoming tournament and to attract the best possible coverage. Now, let's move to the second subpoint, which is sport as an entertainment. Nowadays, most of us consider that sport has been the most widespread and the best entertainment. However, in the process of watching the sporting event, there are also cons that arise from those 3 categories, which is youth and interscholastic sports, intercollegiate sports, and professional. This problem arises when the role of sport as entertainment threatens the educational mission of school and college. As for youth and interscholastic sports, they will tend to intense the pressure to athletes, abandonment of support, and adult level of entertainment. All of the 3 points I state brings no good to the youth upon this sport entertainment. Secondly is intercollegiate sports. Monetary stake will become huge as they starting to promoting sports competition and provide the most enjoyable game and winning. Besides that, some coaches, managers and presidents are also over-promoted themselves. Lastly is professional. As we know, when we reaching the highest level of sports entertainment, it will surely bring benefit to the media and the related company. Other than that, sports stars also need to show good image to the children when being involved in sport as for the children entertainment. Now, let's continue with sport as transmitter of economic value in bracket benefit. As we all know, sport has made a huge contribution to the national economy and even for the society. These are the 3 types that can receive and gain benefits from the economic values that are brings by the sport, which is the first one is by use, whereby the teachers and rewards crew will be focused on to win and to get the rewards such as prize, awards and money. Second is for interscholastic. As for this point, There is negative side that are continuing to tarnish the image of sport as a builder of economic values, which is gambling in sports. They take advantages of sports' biggest economic value to benefit themselves. Thirdly is intercollegiate. At this point, involvement of sports and gambling become higher because of the demand. The sports also intend to not really focus on teaching teamwork and cooperation towards each other. As for the example, I took the year in 1994, whereby that is the lowest point of Malaysian football, when there is 100 footballers were disciplined with punishment ranging from life bans to suspension from playing for up to 4 years. It is because of their gambling and match fixing. Among those involved players, which is included Malik Rahman and Matla Marjan. All of these players we may rarely know because we are not born yet during that time. Let's proceed to the other subpoint which will be explained by Izni.
Thank you Muhammad Hakimi for your explanation. I am Muhammad Izni and now I will present the next subtopic, which is ethical dilemmas relative to commercialization. Ethical dilemma occurs when an individual must choose between two unfavorable alternatives. Usually it has no perfect solution, and those making decisions may find themselves in the position of having to defend their decisions. That is mean there is no wrong or right, which is the answer can be yes and it can be also no. It depends on how your thinking skill to observe it and how you defend your answers by your own opinion. As you can see, there are three dilemmas related to commercialization given. First is a primary purpose of sport, the promotion of a city, educational institution or product. Second, should sport be used for public relation purposes? And third, does the winning at all costs mentality in sport lead to the exploitation of athletes? Let's take a look at first ethical dilemmas. Is a primary purpose of sport the promotion of a city, educational institution or product? It can be yes. Using sport for promotional purposes is acceptable whenever cities, college and sponsor provide funding for sport. The city or educational institution could provide sport funding opportunities to encourage and support our community to live a healthy and active lifestyle. Our country, Malaysia, cities, educational institution and local product indirectly became well known through a sport tourism and established internationally through the promotion of sport. But it can be known when large city or small use sports to put themselves on the map. That's mean the cities just use sport to let the place well known by others. They are not used for us to increase the sportsmanship in the country, to cultivate the spirit of unity or to increase the ethical values in sport. The cities only use sport just for their own benefit. Secondly, should sport be used for public relation purposes? No. It would be better for educational institution with their reputation and status on academic, not athletic program at all. That means some high prestige institution need to develop their image, reputation and work publicly perception through the academics rather than choose the athletic program to increase the reputation of institute to the public relations. But it is acceptable if educational institution want to own benefit from the popularity and success of their institution sports team. For example, our official football team UiTM Shah Alam, UiTM FC, the teams always success in their games and have a good image of football club among other universities. It is indirectly increase the reputation and image of UiTM Shah Alam and can easily get a sponsorship from outsiders to our football club and any other sports organizations. Lastly, does the winning at all costs mentality in sport lead to the exploitation of athletes? The answer is yes. When athletes are participating in tournament just to win, they must take an advantage on it, which they are allowing to cheat in the game as long as they have no intention to hurt the opponents. But when they are breaking the rules just to win, then the violation occurs. The other answer of this ethical dilemma is no. Some athletes do not even care at winning the game as the physical, psychological, emotional, social, and academic well-being are the priorities and most important for them. For instance, the rugby athlete knows that their opponent play aggressively, so they are willingly give point to their opponent and just let them win the game as long as their physical bodies not get hurt or injury. Now, let's move on to the two case study. For the local case study, it is about Casio Malaysia and the Football Association of Malaysia, FAM, have signed a sponsorship deal. Casio watches are low-cost timepieces that are among the best in terms of quality and design among their peers in the same price range. They were one of the first quad crystal watchmakers. Because of its shock-resistant capabilities, their G-Shock series is particularly popular among athletes and military personnel. On 31 March 2021, Casio Malaysia and the Football Association of Malaysia, FAM, have signed a sponsorship deal that will last until the end of February 2022. This has also led to the creation of a Harimau Malaya team G-Shock model which used the G-Shock GA2001A9 as its foundation and have been released to consumers early of this month, June. In addition to celebrating their new partnership, the collaborative G-Shock model also signifies the national football team's return to major championship campaigns, including the qualifiers for FIFA World Cup 2022 and AFC ASEAN Cup 2023. The GA2001A9 is essentially an analog digital model that also features a carbon core guard structure, which includes the utilization of a carbon fiber reinforced resin case and mineral glass, while the standard GA2001A9 is already available in black and yellow color combination. What transformed the watch into a limited edition release are the FAM and Harimau Malaya logo on its bands. Only 199 pieces have been released into the market and each of them will bear a rather visible 3-digit serial number on the bottom part of the watch bands. Additionally, the watch will also be accompanied by a specially made Harimau Malaya X G-Shock t-shirt, wristbands, outer sleeve and paperback. Priced at RM579, the Harimau Malaya G-Shock are available starting from 1 June 2021 onwards via G Factory, G-Shock Store and authorized Casio retailers all over Malaysia. It will also be made available through Casio's official store on Lazada and Shopee. Unfortunately, for your information, this limited edition G-Shock was sold out on the first day of the release date. My review through various e-commerce sale channels, they are already having third parties trying to buy the watch as high as RM1,899 through the Shopee application. In my opinion, sports sponsorship and endorsements are fundamentally marketing effort through sports. Casio Malaysia are able to gain publicity and recognition through their association with Football Association of Malaysia, FAM. It is arguably one of the most important perks for the sponsor as they rely on their beneficiaries to act as a channel to educate the public regarding the capability of the company or increase awareness to the company brand.
Move! Right from the start of it, limbs they be pumping it. On the ball, off the ball, movement's the key. Passing and moving, setting you free. Movement is everything. Rexona, it won't let you down.
Next, for the international case study, La Liga break new global sponsorship ground with Unilever's Clearman and Rexona. On 1 October 2018, La Liga and Unilever have reached a worldwide sponsorship agreement for Unilever's Clearman and Rexona brands in a deal that covers the 2019-20 and 2020-21 campaigns. The significance of this deal is that it is the league's first global sponsorship that is not directly tied or associated with the commerce of football. La Liga's other global sponsors are Nike, EA Sports and Ted Heo. League title Santander is a global sponsor, but primarily activates in the domestic Spanish and Latin American markets. Unilever have promoted its brands across market globally and throughout the year of 2019. Clear Men are global activation, while Rexona was activated in the US as Degree, in Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, Central American countries, Russia, Spain, Germany, and a large part of Africa as Rexona, while in the UK and Ireland as Sure, and in South Africa as a Shell. Rexona have brought fans closer to their action through unique and expensive content strategies and campaigns that deliver their brand and product narrative. That content includes a weekly selected video highlight from La Liga action that the brands can use across their own media outreach channels. La Liga has had success selling a number of regional sponsorship partnerships and has opened offices in Dubai, Mexico, New York, Shanghai, and Singapore. The regional deals have given a proof of concept for La Liga's global sponsorship proposition, which Unilever has embraced. The numbers are large. La Liga claimed 2.7 billion fans worldwide and growing. Unilever's portfolio includes 400 brands in over 190 countries, with the company turning over 50 billion annually and reaching over 2.5 billion customers daily. No figure was given for the sponsorship, but estimates put the value at between 12 to 14 million euro for term. La Liga president Javier Tebas said the partnership is further evidence of La Liga efforts to reach out to a global market, alongside a brand that is universally recognized as Unilever. This agreement is fantastic news, since they always aim to join forces with leading international brands and get closer to the millions of La Liga fans around the world. So, that's all from me. I hope you get a lot of knowledge from my presentation. For the conclusion of this topic, I will pass back to Muhammad Hakimi. Thank you.
Okay, looks like we are nearly at the end of the presentation, but let me make a conclusion about this chapter, which is commercialized sport. What I can conclude is, making money is not immoral yet. When sports become highly commercialized, athletes, coaches and managers may be tempted to let a non-moral value guide moral decisions, which means, by a simple word, is the more the money, the more the possibility to lead to non-moral action, such as taking advantages for politics and so on. Commercialization can affect in both positive and negative way. It depends on how the people choose to use it. Example for the negative impact is, it could be one of the factors contributing to the rise in match fixing. It has clearly put money ahead of sportsmanship, which is in some ways contrary to the essence of the game. When considering both sides of the argument, it's easy to see why sport should be commercialized. Although there are certain disadvantages to commercialization, the advantages vastly surpass the disadvantages. As a result of commercialization, it has become much easier to observe more and higher quality players, as well as making the sport much more enjoyable than it was previously. That's all from us. Thank you.